Good fight fans, it's Ashley's Corner. Back with another one. So Regis Prograis was live, or he had an interview. He was saying that how he's the best at 140, he's the king of that division, and the little boys at 140 can't mess with him, you know. And being that, in my opinion, him and Josh Taylor was the best at 140, even though that wasn't an undisputed match. The undisputed was in between him and Jose Ramirez. I believe Regis Prograis beats Jose Ramirez, especially after seeing how Jose Ramirez looked versus Jose Pedraza, which was knocked out viciously at 130 by Gervonta Davis earlier in his career. So, the way I see it is that since Josh Taylor has gone out of that division, and I believe Regis beats Jose Ramirez, I believe he is the best at 140. I made a video about who you should know, fighters you should know at 140 is on my channel. It's 17 fighters long, and the best fighter and the one that you should know the most is Regis Prograis, because he's had the biggest names and he's been in the weight class for quite some time now. But during his interview saying that he's the best at 140 and nobody calls out his name, which he is correct, nobody calls out Regis Prograis' name. It's like he disappeared after he fought Josh Taylor, and after he beat the brakes off of Julius Hidalgo, which was in the undisputed fight at 140 versus Bud. And that fight ended up 2-3 rounds long. But Teofimo Lopez found himself talking about that. You know, he tweeted he wrote something about Regis Prograis interview, saying that he heard what he's saying and he's going to see him soon. In my opinion, I look at that as cap. I know other people probably are like, well, he want to fight him. Honestly, him and his father have been talking to Regis Prograis in the back, like in the back of fights, in the hallways and rotundas and lobbies, with their arm around each other, joking, laughing, saying, we're going to fight one day. So I understand that, but it's been years. You haven't made one fight at 140 yet. You haven't fought a soul. And all you can do is clout immediately. You can start capping immediately. In my opinion, when fighters come in the weight class and immediately try to cap or talk about or make themselves part of the conversation of the best fighters in that weight class or the top fighters in that weight class, is not a good look, in my opinion. Make yourself known in that weight class before you even try to attach your name to the best in that weight class. That's the same thing that a lot of people do to Gervonta Tank Davis. They try to just talk trash and attach their name to them. That's why it's another reason, part of the reason why Tank fought Rolly, somebody that's not even supposed to be in the ring with him, is because he attached his name to him, in the casuals, in the old media pushed it. Same thing with Ryan Garcia. He attached his name to Gervonta Davis, 6-7 years ago, and who has he fought? He's ducked 7 or 8 fighters, probably more than that. The cap for these younger fighters need to stop, and y'all need to pull the rug up under their feet, and let the world see, who's behind the curtain, like, for real. Now, I'm going to go through the specs real quick. Teofimo's 16-1. He has 12 knockouts. He's fought for 84 total rounds as a pro. His knockout percentage is 70.59%. He's been pro for 6 years. He's 24 years old. He's 5'8" with a 68.5-inch reach. He fought once in 2020 and he beat Lomo, and then he fought once in 2021 where he lost by a split decision in November versus Kambosos. Now, when it comes to Regis Prograis is 27-1. He has 23 knockouts. He's fought for 125 rounds. His knockout percentage is 82.14%. He's 33 years old. He's been pro for 10 years. He's a southpaw, 5'8", with a 67-inch reach. He's never been dropped, and he's never been stopped. Regis Prograis, in my opinion, just like he said, he don't box people. He go in there to beat you up. Now, in my opinion, if Teo would have boxed Kambosos, he would probably still have the titles. But he went in there to beat him up. In my opinion, if you do the same thing to Regis Prograis, don't fight a full camp and don't be serious about cutting weight and having your wind up. Because I heard Bob Arum say he still got esophagus problems. So if you want to go in there and bang with somebody that likes banging and naturally bigger than you, I see T.O. getting stopped versus Regis Prograis. But if you go in there and try to box Regis Prograis, I can still see you getting hurt, embarrassed. Maybe you can slide out a decision win, but I don't believe that either. I believe Regis Prograis beats Teofimo Lopez if they fight next year or the year after that. But the problem that I have with T.O. being, and the reason why I'm calling this cat for Regis Prograis is because he already has a fight. This is his opponent right here. He's supposed to fight him August 13th. He's supposed to fight this guy. I believe his name is Pedro Capa. August 13th, first Teofimo Lopez. They supposed to fight. His specs is 33-1-1. 1 loss, 1 draw. 22 knockouts. His knockout percentage is 62.86%. He's been pro for 11 years. He's 30 years old. He's 5'9". And I don't think he's ever fought in the USA. I believe this will be his first fight in the States versus T.O. And you know how I feel about that. Even though he has good knockouts, there's all knockouts in Mexico or wherever he was fighting at. Even though he's never been stopped, he was TKO'd in his career. That one loss is a stoppage loss, I believe the 7th round, where he fought somebody and got stopped. So, I mean, T.O., you just getting in the weight class. You never fought nobody at 140. Talk about the fights you got coming up and stop talking about the big dog. I believe that's cap. It's not a good look. We already see what you did at 135. You thought you could fight the man, beat the man, and become the man. You fought the man, you beat the man, but you did not become the man. That is not how it works. Y'all need to stop spreading your bad juju around, acting like that's how you become a star. Because it's not. Him and Rolly's best friends. Rolly thought he could beat Tank and become a star. Even if you stopped Tank only threw one punch in the first round in the first 10 seconds and then Tank was knocked out face down, guess what? You're still not a pay-per-view star. You're not a star at all. You beat one person. That does not mean nothing. Boxing is a what have you done for me lately, and when you make moves and beat and you put your footprints in this boxing history, you got to do more than just fight one person. Just once. Fight one person once and you think you're the business, bro. Stop with the cat and talk about Pedro, all right? Always like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.